Hello guys, it's me, Pixie, your hardworking doll artist. And it's a second video with the Hunger Games character I promised to show you. The previous one was the Katniss Everdeen doll I made for my customer. This doll is also for the same customer. Slowly and surely I'm on my finish line with commissioned dolls. And I made a post about it in my community tab here on YouTube. Eventually I want to wrap up taking that much commissions and come back to my personal ideas and projects. Maybe I still will take occasional commissions from time to time, but not as much as I did before. For the last 1.5 years, I have only made someone's ideas. And it is time to focus on growing this channel a bit. At least trying to. And on fulfilling my original ideas to life. I'm grateful to every one of my customers for supporting my art. And it is a great pleasure that you picked me as your artist. And if you want to order a doll from me, my direct messages on Instagram or Etsy are open, but I cannot promise I will be able to take it. But you still can try. Also, a big news. I launched a Patreon page, and I want to be more active there for my patrons. Showing work-in-progress pictures, chilling, talking in the community, showing you photos of dolls I made, and many more. So I invite you to become my patron and support my art not only with kind words but with a shiny coin. It will help me in my daily life and will allow me to focus on creating more doll art for you. And this whole Patreon thing is so essential to our today's story. If you have read Hunger Games books or watched movies, you know the general plot and how much sponsor influence tributes survivability. Stay with me to discover. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is the prequel novel to the dystopian fictional world of the Hunger Games trilogy, written by American author Suzanne Collins. A very big role in the story is assigned to patrons, people who sponsor tributes in the Hunger Games arena with essential life-saving supplies, whether it was a medicine or a bottle of water. Today's heroine's name is Lucy Gray Braid. It is her journey in the world of Panem 64 years before the events of the original Hunger Games trilogy. The book starts on the morning of the reaping for the 10th Hunger Games, well before the lifetime of the original trilogy's protagonist Katniss Everdeen. Historically, the book explores the Reconstruction period of Panem, 10 years after the district's first rebellion, commonly referred to as the Dark Days. With the backdrop of the games looming, the aftermath of the war-torn country struggling back to its feet, and power up for grabs. There is plenty of fertile ground for characters to grapple with questions of morality, define their views of humanity, and comprehend exactly what it takes to ignore them. Lucy Gray Braid was a female tribute from District 12. As a member of nomadic group known as Covey, Lucy Gray and her mother, father, oldest sibling and middle sibling made their living in Panem as traveling musicians amidst the first rebellion. It is unknown which territories their people originated from. Before the events of the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, peacekeepers has rounded up the Covey and eliminated many of them. This included Lucy Gray's immediate family members. Lucy Gray's older siblings were eliminated as well, leaving her, some other members of the Covey, and her youngest cousin the only survivors. They were trapped in the District 12, where they were raised by an unnamed man. Though he didn't care for them, but didn't mess with them either. After the man was gone of the Black Lung, the Covey made their living doing musical performances. Lucy Gray was purposely ripped by Mayor Leap, at the request of his daughter. On her way up to the stage, Lucy Gray dropped a snake down his daughter's blouse, causing Mayor Leap to slap Lucy Gray across the face, resulting in a horrible bruise. When it seemed like she might cry, members of the Covey in the audience began singing to cheer her up, and she joined in with them. Even the peacekeepers enjoyed the show, and Lucy Gray spoke to the Capitol audience, saying that she hoped they would call her Lucy Gray just like her friends did. Lucy Gray's mentor is Coriolanus Snow. She did not seem to think much of him at first, but was impressed by his pluck when he boarded the train, which brought the tributes to a cage in the Capitol Zoo. She protected him from the other tributes. And I will stop right there about the plot, because you may be interested in exploring the book or movie yourself. Let's talk more about Lucy Gray herself. Lucy Gray had a confident, seemingly effortless stage presence. She was able to quickly win over audiences at the Hop and in the Capitol alike with her charms. She was a girl filled with sass and heart, with nothing but love for her family. Despite this, she showed signs of trauma from her time in the Hunger Games, saying that she still had one foot in the arena. Lucy Gray was described with dark curly hair, which was pulled up and woven with limp wildflower at the ribbon. During that time, she also wore her signature colorful dress, made of a rainbow of ruffles of color of raspberry pink, royal blue, and daffodil yellow ruffle, now raggedy but once fancy, which drew the eye as to a tattered butterfly in a field of moss. The world of Hunger Games is hostile and rough for the majority of its population. Games itself is manifest global control over human lives, order and obedience. Sponsorship was the program that allowed a mentor to send helpful items to a tribute in the Hunger Games. These gifts were sent with donations from sponsors, such as rich citizens from the capital or a family and friends in the tribute's home district. Tributes were sponsored based on their first impression at the tribute parade, training scores, impression in the interviews, performance in the arena, as well as several other factors. Through mentors, sponsors could donate money to support their favorite tributes. Mentors could use the timing and selection of their gifts to communicate indirectly with their tributes. Some water, a knife, or even some matches can mean the difference between life and death. And those things only come from sponsors. And to get sponsors, you have to make people like you. I'm very satisfied with the doll of Lucy Gray I made. Her second name, Gray, sounds like a little joke in contrast of how vibrant and colorful she truly is. Her dress, her corset, her shoes, and her appearance. I hope I was able to portray her character well, because I love how she turned out. It was intricate and precise work. I also very adore how I painted her face. At first I was scared a bit, but I saw that I was able to catch the resemblance. Hope you see it too. I'm endlessly grateful to my customer for making this commission. It was a great pleasure for me. In the story, Lucy Gray receives her well-deserved gifts from her sponsors, which help her survive. I'm not in such desperate need of essential resources, but you know, it is always a nice feeling to be supported. As an artist, I always search for a balance between creating, editing, promoting, and earning. And it is no easy task, as you may guess. So this is why I ask for your support and join my Patreon. And a special thanks to my first patron, Awkward Bird, who wasn't hesitating any minute, and just blessed me with donation right away I launched my Patreon. Thank you! So you too can become my patron and pick a tier for you to join. Support my art and become part of the private community. In my community tab on YouTube, I described everything in great detail, so you can go there and check by yourself. Also, I have a little question there on how you want to see my videos. What dolls do you want me to do next? I want to gather some information and see what you guys think. In the nearest month, I still will be finishing commissions I have, and uploading about 7 new videos with commissioned dolls. And then I want to make a switcheroo to the original projects. So any opinion is appreciated. I do not promise that I will do exactly what you offer, but I want to know you a little bit better this way. So don't hesitate and participate in the discussion. And it is almost the end of the video. Thank you guys for staying here with me today, watching Lucy Gray doll appear from nothing. Thank you for your time. Stay for a little bit longer to see the final result. Subscribe and write your comments. I'd love to read them, so you know where it goes. Hope you have sunny and merry day. See you in my next videos. Bye!
Strange things that happen here. No stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where a dead man called out for his love to flee? Strange things that happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where I told you to run so we'd both be free? Strange things that happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where a necklace of hope side by side with me? Strange things that happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. If we met at midnight in the hanging tree.
It is her journey in the world of Panem 64 years before the... It is her journey in the world of Panem 64 years... It is her journey in the world of Panem 64 years before of the events of the original Harger Daddy.